Hello, old school gamer 1971 here. Greetings one and all, especially to you, Millie and Lloyd. Today my third hour thoughts is on Valkyria Chronicles 4. I've been playing this game for over 3 hours and this is what I think. So Valkyria Chronicles 4 by Sega. It's a tactical RPG on PlayStation 4 and came out in 2018. You play as Claude Wallace. You and your two friends, Kai and Raz, join up after an attack on your hometown of Hafen by the Imperial Army. During training, Kai disappears. Lena takes Kai's place. You pass training and join the elite corps. Whilst the story is similar in some aspects to the first, they are very different characters, so is it back to form with this entry? So straight off the bat, the art style is back. The game loads up and you are greeted with a damn fine cutscene. It shows battles and characters, also tanks are back, miss them so much in Revolution. Once you press start game, you're in a tank and talking to Raz in an open field of flowers. The lieutenant, Claude Wallace, senses something amiss. The rest of the squad jumps up, they was hiding in the flowers. You assign everybody a position on the battlefield. Once everyone is in position, it's straight into the action.
Commander Claude Wallace. Squaddy, the Imperial forces are on the move, heading for your position. Ready to engage. Do not let them break through to the front line. We're counting on you. Roger that.
Whilst it's a combat orientated game, the controls are tighter and the game plays faster as well. Not only that, gamers familiar with the original will notice the same controller layout, but its layout is easy enough for first time players to pick up. One big plus is that you can deploy more troops beyond the initial deployment. So say if you had 6, then you can deploy 4 more after the initial deployment onto the battlefield. This changes the game so much, new tactics abound. Add to this new troops into the mix, means so many options for deployment. And once you open up the home base, it's pretty much everything from the first game with tweaks and improvements on what is already a great game. So on to atmosphere. This time around the characters' personalities seem a lot stronger, but without going too far over the top. The music really adds to the atmosphere, whether in the background or foreground. The story is strong. Your side is losing the war. You decide to storm the capital. That is the beginning. They're going to storm the capital at the beginning of the game. Both the war story and the characters' personal stories, newspaper stories, even character interactions make the atmosphere even better than the original somehow. So combat, it's back. Turn-based combat, oh how I've missed you so very much. So the basics. CP is the number of turns in a round. AP is for movement, not forgetting one action per turn. Heal, shoot, grenade, etc. Combat seems to run both faster and smoother. Tactically it's solid and you're going to have to learn some new tricks to best this game. So what about the graphics? Whilst the palette has changed, the art style is still there and it's still amazing. Whilst not detailed, the backgrounds remind me of paintings, warm and rich in colour. It's good to see fog in a game again. It has its own style. It makes the visuals real murky and not easy to see at all. There is no need for snipers on this level. It's very unusual for graphics to change your tactics. I didn't mean when I set out to compare everything to the original, but it's graphically an improvement from the backgrounds to the uniforms.
Understood.
There is only one word for the music. It's epic. It has a real military flavour to it. The voiceover before missions also sets the tone. It reminds me of the old Pathé newsreels. The characters' voices are also great. It makes it easier to be invested in them and their stories.
Check which way the enemy's facing. Target confirmed. Commencing attack.
So, is this interesting after 3 hours? Hell yeah! This is worlds apart from Revolution. When it was announced, it worried me. It really did that Sega had lost its way. I had no need to worry. Honestly, there are very few times a game comes along that exceeds expectations. Even less a game that exceeds everything that came before it. Basically, if you like the original, buy it. If you like turn-based RPGs, buy the game. Ultimately, if you're looking for a strategy game that is taxing, buy the game. Now, where are 2 and 3 remastered?
The flowers.